Have you ever felt like you need to take out a second mortgage just to afford your healthy grocery list? You want to get lean? You want to eat high protein? But everywhere you look, it's organic. This, grass-fed that. And the prices are just insane. It feels like you must choose between your fitness goals and your budget hand. Frankly, that's a choice you shouldn't have to make. I've been there. I lost over 40 pounds by ignoring all that hype and focusing on what actually works and what I could afford. Today, I am taking you on the exact budget-friendly grocery run that will help you lose fat fast without emptying your wallet. These are the staples that built my physique and kept my bank account happy. Let's go. Before we start filling our cart, let's quickly talk about why we're so obsessed with protein for fat loss. It's not just hype, it's science. Protein basically attacks fat in 3 powerful ways. First, satiety. Protein is by far the most filling thing you can eat. When your meal is built around protein, you feel full and satisfied for much longer than you would with carbs or fats. This is a total game changer when you're recutting calories because it crushes cravings and stops you from mindlessly snacking. And science backs this up. Studies consistently show that high-protein diets lead to greater feelings of fullness, which is your #1 weapon in the fight against fat. Second, the thermic effect of food. Here's a cool trick. Your body actually burns calories just digesting the food you eat. Protein has the highest thermic effect, burning up to 30% of its own calories during digestion. So, if you eat 100 calories from protein, your body uses up to 30 of those just to break it down. It's like getting a free metabolic boost with every meal. And third, muscle preservation. When you lose weight, you want to lose fat, not your hard-earned muscle. A calorie deficit can trick your body into burning muscle tissue for energy. Eating enough protein gives your body the building blocks amino acids it needs to protect, and even build, lean muscle while it torches fat for fuel. More muscle means a higher metabolism, meaning you burn more calories even when you're just sitting on the couch. So, the mission is clear. Pack our diet with protein to stay full, boost our metabolism, and keep our muscle. And we're going to do it without breaking the bank. Let's hit the aisles. Alright? First stop is the canned goods aisle. This is where you find one of the most underrated, disrespected, and ridiculously effective fat loss foods on the planet. Canned tuna. I know, it's not glamorous. But for about $1 a can, you're getting a protein jackpot. A single 5-ounce can of light tuna and water gives you a solid 20 to 22 grams of high-quality, complete protein for around 100 calories. That protein-to-calorie ratio is almost unbeatable. It's also rich in omega-3 south, which help fight inflammation. Just be sure to get it packed in water, not oil, to keep the calories down. For a super fast high-protein lunch, I ditch the mayo and mix a can of tuna with a big dollop of plain Greek yogurt, some chopped celery, a squeeze of lemon juice, and a little salt and pepper. You get an even bigger protein punch from the yogurt and a creamy delicious tuna salad. At this price, there's no excuse not to have a stack of these in your pantry. Next, we're heading to the dairy section for 2 of my absolute favorites. Plain, non-fat Greek yogurt and low-fat cottage cheese. These are the quiet workhorses of a fat loss diet. Let's start with Greek yogurt. A large tub might cost $4 or $5, but a single serving about 3/4 of a cup delivers a staggering 18 grams of protein. The straining process that makes it Greek removes a lot of the sugar and concentrates the protein. It's also packed with probiotics, which are fantastic for your gut health. A huge, often overlooked part of weight loss. I use it for everything, as a base for smoothies, mixed with fruit for breakfast, or as a high-protein swap for sour cream. Right next to it, you'll find its equally powerful cousin, cottage cheese. A 16-ounce tub costs about $3, and just a half-cup serving gives you 12 to 17 grams of slow-digesting casein protein for under 100 calories. That slow-digesting part is key. It drip-feeds your muscles amino acids over several hours, which makes it the perfect snack to have before bed to prevent muscle breakdown. I love to eat it savory, with some black pepper and sliced tomatoes, or if I want something sweet, I'll mix in berries and a dash of cinnamon. Our final stop here is for nature's original protein pill, eggs. For years, eggs got a bad rap, but now we know they're a nutritional powerhouse. A dozen will usually run you just a few dollars. Each large egg has about 6 grams of the highest quality protein you can get, loaded with essential amino acids. At the start of the week, I hard-boil a half-dozen eggs. That gives me a grab-and-go snack that's ready anytime. 2 hard-boiled eggs give you 12 grams of protein for about 150 calories, perfect for killing a mid-afternoon energy crash. For everyone who thinks you can get enough protein on a budget without meat and dairy, this section is for you. We're diving into the plant-based champions that are not only cheap but also loaded with fiber, adding another fat-fighting weapon to our arsenal. First and most important stop, the bulk bins for the undisputed king of budget protein, lentils. A 1-pound bag of dry lentils costs about $1.50 and makes a massive amount of food. 1 cooked cup packs up to 18 grams of protein and a whopping 16 grams of fiber that's over half your daily fiber in one go. That protein and fiber combo is the ultimate 1-2 punch for making you feel full for hours. People get intimidated by dry lentils, but they couldn't be simpler. You don't even have to soak them. Just rinse, cover with water, and simmer for 20 to 30 minutes. I make huge batches of lentil soup or use them as a base for salads and curries. They are the definition of a superfood on a shoestring budget. Next up are soy superstars, edamame and tofu. Soy sometimes gets a bad rap, but it's one of the very few plant-based sources that's a complete protein, meaning it has all the essential amino acids your body needs, just like meat. A bag of frozen, shelled edamame costs just a couple of dollars. 1 cup gives you a solid 18 grams of complete protein. I just steam them in the microwave, sprinkle on a little sea salt, and you've got a perfect snack. Then there's tofu. A block of firm tofu is usually around $2 and packs multiple servings. A 100-gram serving can have up to 18 grams of protein. Tofu is a blank canvas. It absorbs any flavor you throw at it. The trick is to press out the extra water first, which helps it get crispy. I cube it, toss it in soy sauce and spices, and then bake it or throw it in the air fryer. It becomes this amazing, chewy, protein-packed addition to stir-fries or salads. Finally, let's go back to the canned aisle for black beans and chickpeas. A can of either one usually costs around $1. A half cup of black beans gives you about 8 grams of protein and 7 grams of fiber, and chickpeas are right there with it. That duo is fantastic for fullness. I use black beans in tacos or mix them into ground turkey to stretch the meat further. Chickpeas are the star of hummus, but my favorite way to eat them is roasted. Just drain a can, pat them dry, toss with spices, and roast until they're crunchy. They become an incredible, high-protein, high-fiber replacement for chips. We are crushing this grocery trip. Hopefully you're seeing how simple and affordable this can be. We've already covered some of the most powerful, wallet-friendly foods for fat loss. Let's finish up with a couple of my favorite secret weapons. First, ground turkey. Chicken breast is great, but it can get pricey. Ground turkey, the lean kind, is often a more affordable swap that packs about 22 grams of protein per 4-ounce serving. It's perfect for making lean burgers, turkey meatballs, or a quick skillet with veggies. It's a simple switch from ground beef that cuts both fat and cost. Lastly, let's talk protein boosters. These are cheap items you can add to any meal to easily bump up the protein. I'm talking about things like natural peanut butter and seeds. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter add about 7 to 8 grams of protein and healthy fats. I throw a spoonful in my oatmeal or have it with apple slices. And don't sleep on seeds. Sunflower and pumpkin seeds are incredibly cheap in bulk. A 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds has around 9 grams of protein, plus minerals like magnesium and zinc. I sprinkle them on my yogurt, salads, and cottage cheese for an extra protein kick and a satisfying crunch. So there you have it, a shopping cart overflowing with high-protein, fat-loss fuel that won't cost you a fortune. We've got canned tuna, eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, lentils, tofu, beans, and ground turkey. Getting lean doesn't have to be an expensive, complicated process. You don't need fancy supplements or overpriced specialty foods. You just need to be smart. By focusing on these protein powerhouses, you can build meals that keep you full, fire up your metabolism, and protect your muscle all while sticking to a budget. You can hit your fitness goals and your financial goals at the same time. It just takes a plan. And now, you have one. Now I want to hear from you. What's your go-to budget protein source that I missed? Drop it in the comments below. Let's help each other out. And if you found this helpful and want more practical, no BS advice on how to build a body you love without going broke, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for shopping with me. Now let's go get lean. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Comment below to share your go-to high-protein budget food.